So I kind of had to go back over my last after action report for this group, my solo Monday night group, because I forgot where I left off in the after action reports. So this one is actually an after action report for 3 sessions that went by. He played that next Monday, plus we played Thursday, and then we played again this last Thursday because I was too tired from work on Monday to run. But a lot has happened, and I'm going to try and keep this video under 10 minutes since that seems to be more popular. I'm literally just doing it because I literally need to, I absolutely need to keep it shorter. So, in the next session, he returned to the mines with his group. His group's now been augmented by a dwarven fighter who is signed on temporarily to kind of take on these goblins. At least that was his intention going into these adventures. It proves that he's actually sticking around longer because, well, he's meeting with success. The bandit leader of the party, he has a henchman now. A henchman is a monk who was freed from the mines. The henchman is a woman monk from the Arcantian people. He still has a fighter mage thief who's in the party, another NPC, of course. We also have the witch Hetha, who has been with him pretty much since the second session. We have Gomsock, who is the bugbear, and he has a few more. Elfwick, who has been with him for a while now too, and he also has Maristen, who is a druid. Plus, he has 6 mercenaries, and now, he had 6 mercenaries, and after the end of this next session, he will no longer be bringing along the mercenaries. But he comes in with the mercenaries and goes back to the mine and finds that the goblins have reinvested the mine, and he there slaughters about 14 goblins, about 6 hobgoblins, if I'm remembering correctly, and then moves on to their lair. At the lair, he actually captures some of the goblins, finds out there's a secret way into the goblin lair. He goes into the goblin lair, but the goblin lair also has a pit trap meant mostly to slow anyone who doesn't know, slow anyone coming into the secret door to make them delay getting in or to alert. But he was from the interrogation. He found out that the goblins had put this there, so he essentially infiltrates into their back door, finds a way starts drawing the enemy to him, and they try and flank him by going through the secret door, and they are, of course, massacred bloodily by the party. The party has quite a bit of spellcasting, and the witch have a spell called Sleep. I know this is basically the same as the magic user spell, but it's stronger against 1 hit dice, 2 hit dice, 3 hit dice, and 4 hit dice monsters than it is against the magic user version of it. Other than that, it's basically the same spell. It's in wave of attackers after wave of attackers. There's also a group of worshippers of Kauket in this place. This place that they are in is formerly created by a race that has yet to be seen by any party. It's a secret, and the structure that was created there has an unusual feel to it. Literally, the walls have an oily feel, and they look worked, but worked with tools that are not normal for humans or dwarves or goblins even. It's an unusual place. Has a semi-organic feel. These warriors and priests of Kauket. Kauket is a demon who's in this. Also help out these goblins, hobgoblins. They also have wolves. The party, again, this is much like the previous session where they were one running battle after another. It was actually just a long series, but this time it took more time in outside of, in play. I don't know if it took all that much longer, but they kept trying to draw the enemy out. The enemy keeps fall for the trap, and then they were like, well, we can't keep doing that. Eventually they make a frontal assault, do a bunch of damage, retreat, heal, and make another frontal assault, eventually crushing the enemy, and then the enemy bring in their reinforcements, and again kill a vast number of goblins and hobgoblins, including the Goblin King of this tribe. And then basically a handful of goblins escape. They take out the remnants of the goblins. The non-combatants are taken out. Thanks to Marston, the druid, he takes control of the alpha wolf that the goblins have. He brings the entire wolf pack into the party. They end up not having to fight the wolves and, in fact, get reinforcements from them. And now they have control over this complex of structures that are about half a day from the mine. And they now have control over this series of caves and underground fortress built by an unknown hand. Turns out that the unknown hand is having trade with are trading the iron to a group of people who have an alien and unusual physiology called the Kalyani. They are trading the iron to the Kalyani. The party learns this through interrogation, and again, this is pretty much where the session ends. They count up their loot and divide up their treasure. Then the bandit leader of the party, he travels to the nearby spider farm, and there he collects some useful things that he's going to use in trade. And he has, and that's basically where that next session ended. So I'm gonna end that here, and then pick up where the next few sessions take from there, where they go for a very different change of pace. But they now have control of the mine. They now wiped out anyone who had control of the mine, laid their claim to the mine, and are kind of shopping around to see who's giving them the best idea. But they find out that the Thorkinga people that he works with have a artifact that is causing them to become more politically ambitious, causing them to change their way of doing things. And he's tried to make a deal with them, being the TRL, the Thorkinga Recovery League, who are basically referred to as bandits by the Arcantians. And that is more or less where things are left as that session ended. It was actually a pretty long session. A lot happened, but a lot of it was both a couple long combats, along with some negotiating with some NPCs. And then he decided to move on from Newmarket, which is where he was making these negotiations, and on to Gosterwick. And that's where we'll pick up with the next installment of my After Action report.